This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for January 2026. We are all honorary Capricorns as 2026 begins. An extraordinary traveling party in this goal-oriented sign is fixing our eyes, minds, energies, and hearts on the ground, on the bottom line, and on our best guesses about the direction of the path ahead. Wishful thinking and more chaos from the cosmic fog machine launch the journey January 1st as cosmic messenger Mercury clashes with Neptune one last time before the sea god leaves Pisces for the rest of our lifetimes and beyond. Despite that distraction, our task is tending to our own business. That includes an emotional component, which works its way into the process at the outset. January 3rd's Cancer full moon brings issues of home and nurturing to a highly emotional peak, from how safe, supported, and nurtured we feel to the people who receive the same from us. From the 6th through the 18th, we travel through a Capricorn gauntlet. This begins with a series of conjunctions involving the Sun, Venus, and Mars, January 6th through 9th, fusing mission, desires and values, and action. The fusion fuels pragmatic, incremental action focused on durability and goals. The result is far greater than the usual New Year's resolutions. We're all looking earnestly and seriously at the practicalities of our existence, determining which to cultivate and devising timelines and action plans for the long haul. The gauntlet then takes us through a testing phase. Are our goals big enough? Nurturing enough? The questions resound as Venus, the Sun, Mars, and Mercury oppose Jupiter in Cancer January 9th through 14th. Expect to hear from a lot of people, some of whom will be pushing back and others of whom will be egging you on. Relationships and desires break free of the pack first. Opportunities for stability, structure, and commitment beckon as unexpected developments and breakthroughs crackle when Venus sextiles maturity advocate Saturn and trines radical change agent Uranus January 15th. She's blazing a path that the Sun, Mars, and Mercury will follow in the coming weeks. Windows open to loving connections and creative projects materializing as Venus sextiles Neptune January 17th and then zips into the friend zone, aka Aquarius. On either side of her move, opportunities arise for grounding, confidence, and taking on authority from the Sun sextiling Saturn, while personal liberation and reinvention just flow from the Sun trining Uranus. If the outer world is no longer playing by the old rules, why not make up ones that better suit your current conditions? The calculations and planning we've been doing crystallize into solid, long-term determination at the Capricorn new moon January 18th. The seeds, intentions, and next phases are especially potent, heightened by the moon's location at the 28th degree of the sign. Thoughts, conversations, and information streams inform everything that's launching, with the sign's ruler Saturn offering assistance via a sextile from Mercury and the moon. From here, the Capricorn focus breaks up more noticeably in favor of Aquarian objectivity, detachment, and group involvement. The energetic shift is all over the events of the 19th. Insights, epiphanies, innovations, and startling info drops fly off Mercury's trine to Uranus. Going easy on yourself is on offer from the Sun's goodbye sextile to Neptune in Pisces, after which he takes flight in Aquarius. And yet, under the airiness, deep rumblings are detectable. Desires are huge and less than conscious. Connections are intense and powerful, as the two rulers of desire and money Venus and Pluto meet in Aquarius. Friends become lovers, intellects fuse, networks come together for their collective power. Responsibilities, commitments, and determination all touch the future January 20th, when Uranus receives a sextile from Saturn and trine from Mars. It's Saturn's goodbye to Uranus in Taurus, offering closure and perhaps stability to the ongoing disruption that Uranus has been setting off in our resources. This is another huge day, like the one before. Opportunities are also opening to bring form and structure to the step-by-step striving we've been doing, and to grace our minds, words, and conversations with compassion and inspiration. Thank sextiles from Mars to Saturn and from Mercury to Neptune. After Mercury bids Neptune farewell, closing a chapter on confusion, misinformation, and fantastical thinking, he zips into the airs of Aquarius, and the communication mode turns detached, intellectual, and more interested in the big picture than the ground. Personal clarity immediately follows, with Mercury meeting the Sun in Aquarius January 21st. Intensity takes over when Mercury meets Pluto the next day and cuts fluff from our minds and conversations. This is a time for profound candor, for life-changing realizations and exchanges, and for harnessing the power of the mind. The shift from Capricorn to Aquarius mode becomes complete January 23rd. Inspired, loving, or miraculous actions are possible, with Mars making his goodbye to Neptune via sextile, then leaving dogged project management for working within a network. A milestone in personal power comes later that day when the Sun meets Pluto. The effect could be empowerment, or acceptance of your shadow, or getting down to the core of who you are in a dramatic phoenix moment, or all of the above. The biggest shift comes January 26th. Neptune finally ends years of sailing through his home sign of Pisces and returns to the raw life force of Aries. He briefly visited this from April through mid-October last year, and he will fire up innate connection to the divine while he idles at the first degree of the zodiac until Saturn joins him in February. Note what inspires you, likely all of a sudden. That will be locking in soon. For now, Neptune's reigniting pilot lights. Bravery is surging, compounded by intense, dramatic, life-changing action from Mars meeting Pluto on January 27th. In one sense, this speaks of French Revolution-level action. In another, it suggests a strike by power and secretive forces against a network, which could result in data breaches and computer systems going down. On a personal level, it is a formula for courageous action fueled by or going against deep, hidden influences. Breakthroughs in therapy will abound. Don't read in or expect the darkest timelines. The aftermath has people coming together, maybe not holding hands and singing Kumbaya, but definitely finding each other. Mercury's conjunction to Venus, January 29th, links friends and communities and groups of the like-minded. And then, with Mercury and Venus in conjunct Jupiter, has us asking for more, please. Lots more. I'm Kathy Beal, a professional astrologer with more than 35 years' experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to sign up for my mailing list, listen to my weekly podcasts, and book a session with me. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Beal, including a list of the important astrological dates for 2026, which you can purchase as a standalone without needing to join the Patreon. And I'm very grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook on the page Empowerment Unlimited and in the group The Astro Insight Lounge. I post on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads at K.A. Beal and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel.